Morning, Edison Eagles. This is Dr. Lee, your principal, with your Monday morning meeting, and our theme this year being Live Your Adventure. All right, this is our last week in March because we're going to be heading into spring break. And this week we have all minimum days because we have conferences with your parents. So it's conference week and they're all minimum days. Our habit for the month has been Synergize, which means that together is better. Or in other words, you bring different ideas, different perspectives to any situation, any project or application. And then maybe you can actually come up with better outcomes because you combine those ideas and maybe come up with a new idea based on everyone's perspective. So synergize. Our language for this month is Persian or Farsi. They are the same. And your phrase is hello, how are you? Which is salo, halo, tu chetore. We went to Carlsbad Caverns National Park, and then we went to Big Bend and Guadalupe Mountains National Parks in Texas. And now we're going over to New Mexico, back over to New Mexico for White Sands National Park. White Sands is interesting. It's not a very big park, but it's very interesting. And it's actually, it says the sand, which looks like sand, in the miles of shifting dunes, like you can see in the picture here, is not composed of silica, like most inland sand. Interestingly, the sand is pure, almost pure gypsum, which is a type of rock or element. And gypsum is different from many other rocks because it is readily soluble, or it dissolves in water, just like salt or sugar would dissolve in water. So imagine you have a glass of water and you put salt or sugar in there, it dissolves. Well, that's what gypsum is like. So it says when the rain falls on the mountains, which are in the background, the layers of gypsum start to dissolve, and it runs down the mountains as fast as water can carry it. And then over time, it's composed these sand dunes that are beautifully white. Another reason that White Sands is surreal is because it actually has a fancy, interesting antelope from East Africa that was brought here from the Kalahari Desert, and it's called the African oryx. The African oryx, and they live there today. It says there's more than 3,000 of them, and they can weigh up to 450 pounds. So you're not going to see something like that in the wild in the United States typically, but they were brought here from Africa, and so now they are living out there and apparently thriving with 3,000 animals. All right, that is your Monday morning update. Have a great week, Eagles.